I'm sure that you know who I am, but my name is Simon Beamish. I'm one of the 3 Academy principals, and I'm also principal of Galileo College, and I will be awarding prizes this evening to all of the students from that particular college. One of the key ways in which we've been able to identify students for this evening is through their excellent examination performance. And I think students should feel particularly proud that they're here tonight, because last year was our highest achievement both at Key Stage 4 GCSE and Key Stage 5 that the Academy has ever had. So not only are you in amongst a very privileged group of people this evening and you've achieved very well, but you've done that in a year where the Academy's overall achievement is really very, very high. So the first set of prizes this evening are awarded to students at Key Stage 5. That's those students who are currently studying their A-level and equivalent qualifications. The students here this evening have just transferred from Year 12 into Year 13. And the first student that I'd like to reward this evening for her excellent achievements in her AS levels is Rosie Vid. Rosie, you're first up. And Rosie is also... Just before I give Rosie her certificate, Rosie is also a principal student of Galileo College, and I'm very proud to say that that's the case. So, many congratulations, Rosie. You're a smile for the camera.
Okay, we're going to do this in a bit of rotation, each awarding to students who are at our particular college. I haven't mentioned before, my name's Neil Willis, and I'm principal of Anderson College. Named after Elizabeth Garrett Anderson, who was a pioneering female doctor, the very first GP anywhere in Britain. And our students in our college, the idea is for them is to show the determination, the application and never say die attitude that she certainly showed to her life and her career. So in terms of Key Stage 5 and excellence, we have one award winner from Anderson, and she is Amy Harvey. Prize. And Amy had a B in Sociology, an A in History, a B in ICT and a B in Law. So congratulations to her.
Over to me. Obviously they leave the best till last, is all I can say. Anne Davis, Principal of Matisse, the Mauve College, and I'm delighted to say that I have 3 people, not just one gentleman, but 3 to award. So I'm going to start with Suzanne Dern. I hope her face has appeared. Look how gorgeous she is. We'll give her a round of applause. Well done. Really well done. So don't disappear because I want to ask you a question. Okay. Now, Suzanne got an A in Law, an A in Sociology, a B in History and a B in ICT, which is quite phenomenal. And my question to you, Suzanne, is can you repeat that again this year, please? Would you like to give us all an answer? Do you think you can? You'll try. We'll let her off with I'll try, won't we? Well done. And then we have Alexandra Harrison. Got another picture, another gorgeous girl. Want to come up, Alex? I haven't got my prize. I just realised that. Put my hands down. There you go, well done. I've got a question for you, so you can as well. Sorry about this. I'm not sorry at all, I'm just saying sorry. Now, Alex got a C in English Literature, a B in History, an A in Sociology and a B in Law. So I want to know what you're hoping to do once you leave. What are you going to be doing after you leave here? You'll maybe go to university, maybe to study history. Right, well done. Thank you. And last but by absolutely no means least, this gentleman who I'm about to introduce to you has managed to bag 5 results, all incredibly good. So we know him as Tundi, but I know that he was christened or baptised or whatever as Babatunde or Granola. Would you like to come up, please? B Sociology, B Geography, B General Studies, B in Biology, and C in Chemistry. What I want to know, come round here, because some of these students have got a few more years yet to go. So what would you say to them? How do you manage to get 5 wonderful AS grades like that? What did you have to do?
Just try hard.
Try hard. Good. That's good enough advice for me. So that's the excellence at Key Stage 5. So we move on to Arts Specialism Awards, and I'm sure you're all aware that Longfield Academy has 2 specialist subjects, one of which is the arts. And I think often we think of the arts as a visual subject, you know, paintings, sculptures, things like that. But of course, music, drama and dance play a massive part in our education and in our abilities and talents that we have here. So we're striving to be a centre of excellence in the arts. We're doing very, very well. We're well on our way to getting there, and I'm very proud that as Matisse College, which oversees the arts, that we have a motto, and our motto is that creativity takes courage. And all of the people that are awarded an award for the Arts Specialism, they have had the courage to do something slightly different, maybe travelling abroad and singing abroad, maybe trying to do something that they've not done before in a medium that they've not done before. So the first person we're going to award to, and this is the T student, is Natalie Martin, who's not here tonight, but we'll give her a round of applause anyway.
Okay, you're kind of getting used to this rotation now, hopefully, not getting too dizzy. What I should have said, and Rosie, forgive me, you managed to get straight Bs in all of your AS levels, in history, English literature, law, government and politics, and I know that you're very busy planning for a potential place at university to study history and politics. So there you go, for the record, very well done indeed. Excellent achievement. So the next student that we want to reward this evening is also rewarded for the art specialism. We've got some quite detailed notes here on James Healy, and I'd just like to let you know a little bit about James and his commitment to the arts. James has shown considerable enthusiasm and commitment to the arts in his first year at Longfield Academy. This has included taking part in a very special Trust arts trip to Holland. He's one of few students that actually took part in that. And this involved having to give up his weekends and involved having to represent the school at other Trust events beyond the normal school day. And Mrs. Davis rightly asks her students, what are the secrets of success? Well, I think James teaches us what those are. It really is to work beyond the normal school day, to give up time at the weekends and really do as much as you can in your own time. And if you do that, I think the rewards are obvious. So James, many congratulations. Would you like to come up and get your prize, please? Okay, now it's back over to Mr. Willis.
So one of the specialisms is obviously art, but the other specialism of the Academy is science. And science has changed phenomenally, not only in terms of its venue, but its delivery and its achievements. And it's spread over the last couple of years. So if I said to you 3 years ago, at GCSE, 13% of students got 2 GCSEs at C and above at science, and this year, through the hard work of the students, and particularly the team led by Dr. Liard, it was 80% getting 2 or more GCSEs at A to C. I think that's a phenomenal improvement in that area, but also in terms of that, they've also been expanding out into the local communities as well. So we've had science activities with the local other science specialist colleges in Dartford. And the enrichment programme has involved students coming from local primary schools to take part in science activities, using and developing opportunities which they never get maybe in a much smaller school. And everybody on the team, whether it's the teachers but also particularly the science techs, have done an amazing job to spread the word of science and excellence in science over the last couple of years. So there are going to be 2 awards in terms of the science specialism, and the award for students in Anderson goes to James Mallon, okay, for his excellent participation in all science enrichment activities, which take place at the end of each day, 5 days a week. So if James would like to come up.
We take an award. Thank you. Right, well done.
And a Matisse student, also for a Science Specialism Award, and this goes to Gabriella Thurgood. So if you'd like to come up. Now, Gabriella, you got this award for taking part in the Salters Chemistry Camp, okay, and for being part of all the inter-school Olympics. So you can say you've been in the Olympics team, which is a great year to be saying that. Can you tell me what the Salters Chemistry Camp was about?
And we had and experiment to find out who was the murderer of something.
Oh, was it like forensic science then? Where you're trying to, wonderful. Good, well thank you very much and very, very well done to you for that. Thank you. It is a bit frightening for them when they come up into the glare. For some of us, we actually love it and we just stand here for hours. Anyway, moving on, excellent at Key Stage 4. Now, these are the absolute top achievers at Key Stage 4, and these students have the pleasure to boast about what they've achieved for the rest of their lives. I know that many of you have applied for jobs, been successful in jobs, maybe applying again, and you'll know how many times you've had to write down those blasted results that you got when you were at school. Sometimes you remember them vividly and fondly, and sometimes you can't really remember and you have to find a certificate to get the grade down. But anyway, these will stay with the students. These Longfield Academy results will stay with those students for the rest of their lives, and we are enormously proud of them. Students, not just the Matisse ones, I just want to say to you that all those revision sessions and all that extra work really paid off. And parents, all those trips to W.H. Smith's really paid off as well. And as was the mopping of the brows and the walking on eggshells at certain weeks throughout the year. It was totally worth it. So from Matisse College, I'd like to congratulate Alexander Appleton for 3 A's, 1 B, 2 C's, 4 distinctions, 2 merits and 2 passes. Thank you very much, that's yours as well. Okay. You get to spend that later. And secondly, to Tavesh Fernando for 1A, 4 B's, 2 C's, 4 distinctions and 2 passes. Very well done. Well done.
So over to Galileo College then. So that's 1 student, 2 students, 3 students. That will be more than all of the other colleges. Excellent. We're not competitive at all, are we, Mrs. Davis? Okay, so again, prizes for students for their outstanding achievement at Key Stage 4 and their GCSEs. Just before I announce the winners from Galileo, just to say a distinction grade, you may not know this, but a distinction grade is equivalent to an A grade, a merit grade is equivalent to a B, and a pass grade is equivalent to a C. So just so you know what those grades are worth when we read them out. So the first young man to pick up a prize this evening from Galileo, gives me absolutely great pleasure to ask Sonny to come up here. You've got a bit of a long walk, I'm afraid, Sonny. Sonny managed to get 1 A grade, 0.5 B grade, 3.5 C grades, 4 distinctions, which is 4 more A grades, and 2 passes. Absolutely first class. Well done. Secondly, Jack Holmes. Jack would like to come up here, please. Again, not too much of a long walk for you, Jack. Jack managed to achieve 3.5 A grades, 3.5 B grades, 2 distinction grades, and 2 merit grades. Very well done indeed. And last but absolutely by no means least, Charlotte Roberts. Could Charlotte come up here, please? And just while Charlotte's making her way up here, Charlotte managed to achieve 4 A's, 4 B's, and 4 distinctions. And I'm delighted to say that all of the students here this evening who have achieved these very high grades have progressed on to our sixth form and all are doing very well indeed. So congratulations.
And in this section, I'd like to welcome to the front Lindsay Nixon. And Lindsay achieved 0.5 A stars. That was in a short course in.
Sorry.
3.5 A stars, 3 B's, 1 distinction star in,
Drama.
and 4 distinctions. So, Lindsay, very well done. Now then, we've obviously talked about people who achieve the very highest grades, but we also need to recognise the people who have made outstanding progress throughout Key Stage 4. Okay, maybe it isn't that they've achieved an A star in a subject, but their improvement over that period of time has been absolutely phenomenal. So we have a number of award winners for the progress that people have made from the beginning of Key Stage 4 to the end of their examinations. And the first person I'd like to call up is Joshua Adams.
Okay, congratulations. There you go. Thank you, Rashidi.
Exit stage left from here, I think. Next one, okay. Rachel Gilder would love to come up here, please.
Okay, well done.
And finally, for Anderson, Laura Gray. No? Anyway, this is Laura. Okay, and tomorrow we'll make sure she gets a certificate and a prize.
And representing Galileo in this particular category, I've just been having a wonderful conversation with her over dinner, and she says that she wants to be a paramedic. What an absolutely fantastic ambition, and I'm sure, Tessa, that you have everything that you need to achieve that very high goal. So, Tessa, would you like to come up, please? Very well done. Tessa Rice.
I hope you noticed she was wearing mauve, Mr. Beamish. Don't hold it against her. She's lovely. From Matisse College, we've got Gemma Harmon, who's sadly not here this evening, but we're going to be awarding her with a certificate and a prize, and Cleo Cultivar. Now, as you've probably gathered, I don't let you go without speaking to me. So, can I just ask you what you're doing now, having made all this progress at Key Stage 4? What's your situation now?
Studying hard.
Studying hard. What subjects?
ICT, applied science and business.
Well, very well done, and we wish you the best of luck at that.
The next category of prizes are the sports awards. Mr. Willis and Mr. Green mentioned at the beginning the sports facilities here are really second to none. The sports hall that the students used to have in the old building, we used to call that our indoor car park. And I think even when the new sports hall was not yet built, it was 100 times better than the one that we used to have. So, you know, the ability for us to move from strength to strength in our sporting prowess is really second to none. The young lady that I'd like to reward from Galileo College is Millie Knapp. And just before Millie comes up, I'd just like to say to you that last year we had a Commonwealth long jumper. Mr. Golding, one of our sports teachers, managed to arrange for a Commonwealth long jumper to come into the academy and worked with a group of students. And the sports person's remarks about Millie were that Millie is possibly the most naturally gifted long jumper and athlete that he had ever had the privilege of working with. Now, those sorts of comments are not made lightly. So, Millie, there's obviously a very bright future for you there, and I'd like you to come up and receive your reward this evening. Oh, it's me again. I'm getting confused now. And secondly, for outstanding sporting achievement, is Matthew Pillett. Is Matthew here this evening?
Okay, where's Thomas Glass? Come on, Tom. We'll take the photograph and then we'll say something, all right? Okay, so let's do the photograph.
Smile again. Okay, and down there. Okay, your award though, your money.
Okay, the reason Thomas has got the award is because of his dedication, his enthusiasm, and I have to say, real talent at cricket. Thomas is a left-arm over fast bowler, and he plays for the local club, but Hartley Country Club. And I think Thomas was in my cricket coaching setup last summer, and to recognise his talent is phenomenal. But the other thing he does is he's been nagging me endlessly about the new nets and the bowling equipment down here, to the point that he's also nagged his cricket club to come down and run their nets here. So I'm really delighted he's got this award for cricket, because he not only does cricket to a high standard, but everything, whenever we talk about it, he's got massive enthusiasm, and he's also been prepared to put himself out to actually take that bit of cricket forward, and also make sure that others have got the opportunity to use the fantastic facilities here. So, Thomas, well done. It's all go here, isn't it? Right, so I'm on the Community Awards, yes? Excellent. Okay, I know how Ricky Gervais feels now. Anyway, right. These are being awarded to students for their outstanding commitment to the community initiative that was started as a volunteering section of the Duke of Edinburgh Awards Scheme. I know the students doing the Duke of Edinburgh Awards Scheme are soon going to be doing their expedition out in October when it starts to rain really hard, so I know they're looking forward to that. But anyway, they set up and organised and led a drama club for primary children at Holy Trinity Primary School every Wednesday afternoon for the year, which resulted in superb production of The Lion King for students, parents, carers and invited guests. As a result, several students are now having guitar lessons, having joined drama clubs, and a head teacher said that children's confidence and self-esteem was boosted as a result of being inspired by such wonderful role models. The head teacher is delighted that I'll continue to devote Wednesday afternoons, when all the other students have gone home, yes, to Holy Trinity once again this year as they move on to the D of E Silver Awards. So, in Anderson, there are two recipients. Daniel Hughes is the first. And the second is Curtis Sutherland.
Just stand there 1 second.
I'm not going to get you to say something, but just also to say Curtis plays a fantastic role in the school student voice group, and you know, as a community ambassador, he plays a fantastic role not only outside of school but inside school through all the work he does. So well done.
And the third person that worked with the Holy Trinity School is Kynan Dudley Long. Well done, Kynan. Okay. Now then, Kynan. Would you tell the assembled masses here what wonderful profession it is that you want to join when you leave school eventually?
I want to be a teacher.
How fabulous is that? Give them a round of applause. I think that the staff at Holy Trinity know this, even though he hasn't said it, because apparently when the production was being staged, there was one said Kynan in the corner doing this. And I think they could tell from that he was a teacher in the making. And then we move on to excellence at Key Stage 3. Key Stage 3 being the first 3 years, certainly at Longfield anyway, the first 3 years of a student's education at secondary level. And although some people might say it's not exactly midway, and as a mathematician I can tell you it's 3/5 of the way round on their way to their GCSEs. In a funny sort of way, it is a midway point because it's a waypoint where we do take note of what they've got, and it is a very good indicator of what they might achieve. But also the last 2 years there's an exponential growth in learning, and therefore we often say it's a midway stage. Now, in the past, to actually get certain levels, we've always thought was outstanding, getting level 6 and 7 in particular, and that's what the majority of the students that are coming up here tonight have managed to do. But I think you'll agree that the first person I'm going to introduce has done absolutely phenomenally well, because not only have they got a level 6 in English, a level 7 in maths and a level 6 in science, but they also have managed to get an AS grade. Remember, this is something that normally the Year 12s do at the end of their Year 12 study, an AS grade A, the top grade in Punjabi. No mean feat at all. So, Gurjit Kaur, I'd love you to come up and take this prize. Well done. I'm not making the Key Stage 3 students speak because they've got Key Stage 4 and 5 to come, so I'm letting them off. And the second one from Matisse, who I'm particularly proud of, with a level 6 in English, a 7 in maths and a 6 in science, really great foundations for the next few years, is Charlie Thomas.
Okay, for our Anderson students, Lily Hallett.
Well done.
Okay, and Lily got a level 6 in English, level 6 in maths, and a level 6 in science. The second person from Anderson is Cameron Slater. Cameron, and level 7 in English, level 6 in maths, and level 6 in science.
Excellent. Thank you, Roger D.
And I have one last student who will now appear up on the screen. Okay, so Tamara Wood got level 7 in English, level 6 in maths, and level 6 in science, but unfortunately she's unable to join us this evening.
Okay, now Galileo students in this category for excellence at Key Stage 3. The first student that we'd like to reward this evening is Daniel Johnston. And Daniel, come up. While he's making his way up here, Daniel managed to achieve a level 6 in English, a level 7 in maths, and a level 6 in science. So many congratulations. Very well done indeed. And secondly, Shena Sulimanglu. Could Shena come up, please? Very well done indeed. Shena managed to achieve level 6s across all of those core areas, so very well done to you. And moving on to the next category at Key Stage 3, those students were rewarded for excellence, the very highest grades. These students are rewarded for the progress that they've made through years 7, 8 and 9. So they joined us at a certain level from their primary school, and these students have made more progress than any other towards the end of year 9, and they should take great heart from that, and it also bodes very well indeed for Key Stage 4. And my maths is terrible this evening, so let me just count these ones up. One. No, don't worry. We're worse than the children, aren't we, Mrs. Davies? Anyway, a lot of prize winners in this category for Galileo College, and the first of those is Lewis Hassan. Could Lewis come up, please? And secondly, Emma Holmes. Could Emma come up, please? And next is Beth Mellish. Next is Nadira Nadi. And a very proud dad sat at the back there. Well done, Nadira. Congratulations. Okay. And lastly, but certainly by no means leastly, this student not only achieves a prize for progress from primary school to the end of Key Stage 3, but also for excellence. The next student was possibly our highest achieving student in Year 9 last year, managing to achieve a level 7 across all of those core areas of English, Maths and Science. Erica Shrestha, would you like to come up?
We have one student who isn't here tonight, but again, hopefully he'll appear up there. So James Smith in Anderson will also receive his prize tomorrow. Okay, so we're getting towards the end now, and we've come to category for personal achievement, and I have two awards to give here. The first of which is to Claire Arthur, who's been recommended for this award by the LSAs and her teachers for an increasingly independent approach to all of her work and the development within schools. So if Clara's here, that would be great. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much indeed.
And finally, Ben Rutherford, for his enthusiasm, effort and ability to work well with others in a range of different and challenging situations. So if Ben would like to come up.
Okay, and the last award for Galileo College this evening goes to Connor Wilson. And just before Connor comes up here, let me just explain to you a little bit about why Connor's received this award. Connor is one of the students that's on our vocational pathway, which means that those students study for a day a week in college. They also undertake a work placement alongside their studies, and they have to be very committed to that. And they also work with an organisation called Skillforce within school. And I have to say to you, Connor, in speaking to all of these different groups and all of these different organisations that he works with, the feedback for Connor is that he is such a stunning and polite and pleasant young man to work with. And I think he deserves huge credit for the progress that he's made on his course. Speaking to Connor, he's now in year 11. He wants to study construction at college next year. And I'm sure, Connor, if you continue showing the attitude towards your studies that you've done so already, you are going to be a very successful young man indeed. So if you can come up and take the award.
The final prize in Matisse College for personal achievement goes to a student who's not here this evening, a young lady by the name of Taloni. And just to give you a little bit of background about Taloni, Taloni had a very serious accident just before she started here in year 7, which meant she couldn't start for half a term, and when she did, she started to only come in part-time. And her achievements throughout the year have been absolutely phenomenal based on her position when she first joined us. On her first day, when she came in, she hadn't been at school for a long period of time. We'd arranged for her to only be here for half a day, but by the time lunchtime came, she said, could she stay? We wouldn't let her because we knew how tired she would be, but that is exactly what she's like. She tries really hard, and she's done incredibly well. So in her absence, I'd really like us to still give her a round of applause. I'd like to just take the opportunity. I'd like to take the opportunity to just, before we'll hand over to the principal students, I'd just like to say thank you to some people, because as principals, we're very, very, very lucky to have a great team of people around us. I mean, we swan up and turn up and read a few names out, but actually all the hard work's gone in by other people, the students and the staff that have got them to that position, and of course all the people that have helped make this event a really lovely event, our first one, and I think a real success. So can I thank people like Miss Walker in particular for helping out, especially with the certificates, Mrs Williams over there for helping organise the whole event, and if you want to book her for weddings, I think she might be taking that on as a sideline. The catering company and department are not in the room, but they've done a fantastic job. To the sound guy up the back, thank you very much. You've done a stupendous job. And with the lights as well, and of course our resident photographer is actually an art teacher on the side. So thank you to all of that. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Well done. So the principal student for Anderson, which is Dion, I understand, and for Matisse, which is Max, and for Galileo, Rosie, who you've already met, if they'd like to come up, we'll hand over to you to close the evening. Well done.
Hello everyone. On behalf of all the prize winners, we'd like to thank all the teachers and all the staff here, because we really couldn't have been here without them. And this whole evening couldn't have existed without our wonderful teachers. For all of the effort and the encouragement they give us, we really are thankful. So thank you very much, everyone.
I'm sure that all of the students here tonight would also like to officially thank you, the parents, carers and families, for providing them with the home support that gives them the ability to focus on our learning during school and at home. On behalf of the Academy and the students, I'd like to say thank you for providing us with the extras that we could put in for our educational visits and trips, the residential benefits, our extracurricular activities such as the Duke of Edinburgh Award or the Music Holland Tour trip thing. And and providing us with the opportunity to have a workspace at home where we can work quietly and like put in our full potential. So once again, we thank you, and it means a lot to us.
So I want to say congratulations to all the prize winners who have excelled over the last year at the Academy. And I must say, spend your money as wisely as you possibly can. We've started a new year in our magnificent building and are excited by the opportunities this provides us to achieve excellence together. For those of us in our last year at Longford Academy, we're envious of those in Key Stage 3 and 4 who have many more years ahead. We wish them the best success. Thank you for sharing this special occasion with us, and we wish you a very safe journey home. Good night.
Well done.